A man discovers his father seems to have died. He holds a piece of paper in front of his father's nose. The father thinks this is all a dream. He tries to pull back the covers, but when he can't grab the blanket, he's stunned. Paul instinctively steps back in fear. He happens to see the mirror nearby, but there's no reflection of himself in it. He finally realizes he's already dead. Paul suddenly remembers what happened last night. He woke up startled from a dream in the middle of the night. Paul heard opera singing in the hallway. He got up to look and found several opera performers. The moment he made a sound, the performers turned toward him. Paul panicked and rushed home. Just then his wife came back. Paul followed his wife through the front door, but when he tried talking to his wife, she never responded. Paul understood. Those opera performers had come to take him away. For some reason they didn't take him. Paul took this chance to spend more time with his family. He comforted his crying little daughter, sat by the bed to keep his wife company, and went to encourage his son who had called the police, but there was still someone he couldn't let go of. Soon the police arrived. The family members all talked at once about when Paul had died. Paul joined the discussion too. When it came to the cause of death, the officer kept confirming details with Paul, but when the officer got a clear look at who was lying on the bed, he was too scared to speak. The person he'd been talking to was the one who had died. Paul seized the moment to ask the officer to make a phone call. He'd been missing his childhood friend and war buddy. Paul hoped to see his friend one more time. While the family was looking through photo albums, the terrified officer quickly fled. Paul still couldn't get his phone call through. Paul waited with his longing until the funeral home staff arrived. On the way, Paul kept saying he wanted to go to the riverbank to enjoy the sun. His wife seemed to hear Paul's voice. She insisted on pushing Paul in a borrowed wheelchair to get some sun. A taxi suddenly stopped next to the hearse. Paul's friend hurried over. His wife had quietly called the friend earlier. The friend walked unsteadily to Paul's side. He told Paul how much he'd missed him. Paul's eyes were red as he agreed. The two men held hands tightly. Paul finally fulfilled his years-long wish. Then everyone pushed Paul to the riverside. This time he peacefully went with the opera performers. Paul could finally return to the hometown he'd always longed for.